Good morning and welcome to my 15-week video. It is a relatively cool but not terribly cold morning in Madison. Um, I don't have a ton of stuff to say today, but I do have some information for you. So the fetal fruit for this week is an apple, and the baby is 4 inches long now. Some exciting things. The baby can hear now, so sound is traveling through the uterus, and the baby will get accustomed to these noises. So as it can start to hear, it's also starting to familiarize itself with the sound of my voice and my partner's voice, and the baby will be able to recognize those when they are born. So that's pretty cool. I like to play guitar, and I also sing. I played guitar and sang pretty much every day that I was pregnant with my first baby, and they love music now, and they love the guitar, and singing and music are things that are very calming for them. So it would be interesting to see if that repeats itself again this time, or if maybe my first baby just has like a particular proclivity for music or something. What else? So Mother's Day put me in a weird funk. Partly because I have fucked relationships with both of my parents, and partly because people always want to fucking wish me a happy Mother's Day, which drives me insane. And then they don't say anything at all for Father's Day. So both of those days just they're difficult for me for those compounding reasons. So Sunday was pretty stupid. That's honestly about all I have for this week. Nothing else really happened. I still have been feeling little bits of movement here and there, so that's exciting, and that always makes me feel really happy and really connected with the baby and with the pregnancy. Morning sickness continues to be increasingly less miserable, so that's also good. I haven't been feeling very good today, but I'm pretty sure that has more to do with a random disease my child brought home than anything pregnancy related. So I guess, oh yeah, I was going to talk about the fact that and I talked about it a little bit in the last video, but I've been making a really concerted effort to eat better and to exercise more. And I've been feeling better as I do those things. I've been having a really difficult time integrating enough structure into my days lately, probably just because I have been in a funk. And those can be so paralyzing for me. It's hard to even do simple things, even though I know ultimately that's what would make me feel better. I still just get stuck in this anxiety avoidance cycle. It's really not very productive. But the exercising has been helping with that. It gets you out and gets you going. And then I've been trying to eat better too. And it just reminds me how incredibly expensive healthy food is, especially organic healthy food. We've been trying to do organic things here and there. I'm not going to say we're doing all organic because I don't think we could really afford that. If we had a yard or something, then we could grow some of our own fresh fruits and vegetables to help mitigate the cost. But unfortunately, we don't have access to a space like that. And I wish where we lived had some community gardening areas, but it doesn't really. The bigger town we live next to, Madison, does, but that would be kind of a commute back and forth. I'm not sure that would really be in my best interest to commit to. I don't know how often I'd actually get down there. But yeah, organic foods are always important, but they're especially important during pregnancy. You don't want to be passing on things like hormones and pesticides and antibiotics through your bloodstream into the fetus. This is not a great plan overall. So there's also that. And I think there was only one question that I saw. Forgive me if I didn't notice yours. And somebody had asked me how I met my significant other, which isn't really related to the pregnancy, but I don't mind answering it. We actually met each other using OkCupid online. So, and then OkCupid gave us a terrible compatibility match. It said we would be 23% compatible and 78% enemy. So that wasn't very promising. But I really liked his profile, so I sent him a message. And then he liked mine. So we started texting, and there's just this really strong connection right away because we had mutual interests and similar ways of describing things and thinking about things. So communication came somewhat easily to us. And we still had our struggles, obviously, but I think You know, people have very different ways they communicate, and I feel like at the end of the day, that tends to be one of the most relevant factors in how successful a relationship is. You have to talk to each other. Um, and we're lucky in that we have a lot of similarities. So there's things where you just are sort of innately and intuitively perceiving from each other, and that's helpful. It can also be a little bit detrimental because we both do that. We both tend to be more passive communicators in a conversation as well. So I mean, we both struggle with directness. So I mean, it has its pros and cons. But I mean, we clicked really strongly right away, and I think we moved in together like, well, we were spending pretty much every day together right away anyway. And then we moved in together like after we'd been dating for 3 months, and we've just been building up a life together since then. But yeah, online dating, okay, Cupid. Um, Thinking if there's anything else that comes to mind to mention, but there really doesn't. Sorry, this is sort of a shorter, less organized, more rambly video. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to comment, message, whatnot, and I will address them. And I will see you for week 16.